Shalom, shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites, GMS Chicago branch. Before we get started, though, like always, we want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rikakwadash. To the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York and the elder bishops out of Connecticut, we send double honors. I'm the brother Kapari, a.k.a. Pops.
I'm Brother Asha.
And what we do, we sit here and we put a couple scriptures together and do a couple sit downs and whatnot, however the Spirit moves it. And so since the brother decided he was going to slow down his day a little bit and spend time, we was talking a little bit about this and some destruction and all this other kind of stuff and how America is running headlong into this shit. And even though it's being told to them, they can't see it, but that ain't nothing new because of the fact that this Edomite thinks that he's the cat's meow because the Lord's then gave him, to let him be the whipping stick this time around. But this ain't nothing new. The Lord has always taken other motherfucking nationalities of people and put them above us, our hard-headed ass, and let them get a chance to beat the brakes off of us. That's why it says, what nation haven't had a chance at our spoils and fucking us up and this, that, and other. Everybody done had a chance to beat the brakes off of us. So now, since turnaround is getting ready to become fair play, we just going to go in and, as they say, what was that? Manifest destiny. Right. We go deal with the part two of it.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and we just like said, like the squad was just talking about, all roads lead to the destruction of AKA Mystery Babylon,
right?
Mystery Sodom and Gomorrah,
right.
Mystery every wicked kingdom you could think of in the past. That's who this country is reminiscent of.
Yeah.
And one of them was Nineveh. You want to grab this right here? It's Nahum, who was run by the Assyrians, and we was in Assyrian captivity. This is Nahum 3:19. And we know that, everybody that the Lord put on top of us, they eventually had to fall.
Right.
You feel what I mean? And the same is going to happen to this wicked kingdom. This is Nahum 3, and I'm just going to get to the point, 19. It said, "There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap their hands over thee, for upon whom have not the wickedness passed continually." And this is Nineveh, who the Assyrians was ruling at that time. And as all these, like as Aquans went into, every country is taking a spoil and bringing us down.
Yep.
And the Lord is giving them a recompense.
Yep. So there's always a payback. No matter. It's like you the whipping stick, but I'm still gonna get a chance to beat your ass. Okay, right. Or they gonna get a chance to beat your ass, like Yahweh Shai when the Roman centurion stabbed him and whatnot, and did what he needed to do. Because he had already given up the ghost, he had already gave up the spirit out the body. But why is it that one of the first things that you get in Revelation is the fact that he remembers that person, even though he didn't feel the pain. I mean, he was already in pain, but by the time that he had got stabbed with the spear, that pain had already subsided. He was already out the body. But just because he touched the frame, the Lord said, "I'm gonna touch you too." Go ahead.
Right. Yep. So. Then we got another quick precept. I was going to read some more Salaki.
Go ahead, read.
Point, but I should have read a little bit more of that. So Salaki, let me read up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just, I'm going to read one thing go down. It says, "Woe to the bloody cities, all full of lies, robbers of prey, depart of not." You know what I mean? It's talking about this wicked Assyrian captivity. And when you go down here, back to my point, I'm going to read up here to 18. It says, "The shepherds slumber, O king of Assyria. Thy nobles shall dwell in the dust. Thy people are scattered upon the mountains, and no man gather them." You know what I mean? That's just painting a beautiful picture that all the prey, all the destruction that they did to us then, the Lord is bringing it quickly to their own head. He did it in the ancient world, and he's going to do it now.
Yeah, because even though those people were who they were, they reincarnation being what it is, they back here now. They going to get a chance to deal with the slavery that's going to be coming out. And this, that, and the other. If they're not here in America, then they're going to be part of the people that's going to be rounded up and brought into slavery. So, go ahead,
Yeah, and then now we get into this Isaiah 10 that further explains that, the same thing, another part of this Assyrian piece. It says, "Assyria is God's instrument. And this is Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless." So that's what they did. But then it says, you know what? This is what's going to happen to them. Even though the Lord used them as another cruel punishment for us,
Right.
thus they're going to get more of that punishment. And same is going to apply to Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man here in America, who robbed us, stole our heritage, who did the same thing.
Put the covering cast over the whole motherfucking entire planet.
Yeah.
Trying to have people not remember who they is. Like I said, the Orientals, as far as the Chinese and this, that, and other, they may not remember themselves as being Moab and Ammon. But like I said, he did put a covering cast on them to the point that right now, they don't even dress in some of their more traditional garb, even when they doing business meetings in their own motherfucking country. Go ahead.
Right. This is Isaiah 10, and I'm going to get to the point. I'm going to go Isaiah 10, I'm going to start at 6. I'm going to start at 5. O Assyrian, I'm going to go back to 5. Salaki. It says, I'm going to skip down. It says, O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. He says, I will send him against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. And that was them plundering us, destroying us. We were suffering our punishment. You know, it says, howbeit though, and this is the point, howbeit he meaneth not so, it says, howbeit he meaneth not so, neither does his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and to cut off nation, not a few, right?
Right.
He says,
and modern day America is the same thing. He's got over 800 garrisons and all these other different people's lands and this, that, and other. So, you know, you got Trump, you got DJ Trump now talking about they want to take part of that Gaza Strip. And America's gonna have it, and America's gonna run it, and whatnot. Like I said, so this motherfucker is just telling you, "Oh, I'm a land baron." The same way I took Native Americans' land here and put casinos on that land and did this and did that. I want to, hey, you motherfuckers are tourists. And y'all got to come and see certain walls and all this other stuff over here in Jerusalem and shit anyway. So I'm going to have a couple hotels over there. And instead of me being a billionaire, I'll be a trillionaire when I get through with this part of my game plan.
Yeah, that fool crazy.
Go ahead.
And this is Isaiah 10 and 12. This was going to happen to them after, you know, they've served after they've been used for what they were used for.
Right.
Because Isaiah 10 and 12, it says, wherefore it shall come to pass that when Yahweh hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, he says, I will punish the fruit of the stout of heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks.
Right, high looks. So when you speak of when you speak of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, and a haughty look and all this other kind of shit, who is that talking about? Because you read at some point it's talking about Lucifer, then it drops down to, is this the man? So if Lucifer is the devil, and then they say, is this the man? Right. So who is that man then? Okay, who is that man standing on 2 feet calling the shots nowadays? You got the Oppenheimers, the Bilderbergs, the DuPonts, and the Gettys, but at the top of the motherfucking list is the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers.
That's right.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, and this is what the Syrian king was saying to himself, the same thing Donald Trump saying, I'm going to make America great again.
Right.
It's the same correlation. He says, for he saith, by the strength of my hand have I done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent. I have removed the bounds of the people, I have robbed their treasures, and I have put down their inhabitants like a valiant man.
So he
bragging.
I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. I come in there like Bruce Lee and beat everybody up and took their shit.
Right.
Okay, when in actuality the Lord said, "Nah, I'm gonna knock those mighty men down so you can be above them. Because if I did knock them down, they'd smoke your ass."
Right.
Go ahead, Op.
Yeah, and the Syrians, you know what I mean, were ruling Babylon because they was in charge of Babylon, and correlation that Assyrian and Babylon are consequentially the same people.
Okay, well, like I said, as rulerships got transferred and this, that, and other,
right.
You got land masses. You've got people taking over land masses at that time, and this, that, and other. Because you got the we had the Babylonian captivity, we had the Assyrian captivity. You know, you had the Medes. The Medes got taken over by the Persians,
Right.
and this, that, and other. And all this is all inside the same fucking land masses and shit.
Yeah.
So you know, when a man said that the Lord had given me the rulership of the kingdom. Well, like I said, you had 120 some provinces, and those just got transferred from one king to another.
Right.
Okay, so that's all that was. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. So, you know, consequently, every captivity we've been in, whoever was responsible for it, you know, the destruction was coming right around the corner. So since the Assyrians was, you know, running Babylon at the same time, you know, and then Babylon is a part of that downfall too, because they had their turn to do wickedness to us. And the Lord just brought Babylon down as well. This is Isaiah 14, and get to the point, because nobody's going, you know, everybody's going to suffer for what they done to the what they done to the apple of the Lord's eye.
Okay, well, when you started 14, start where he said, my nest upon high.
Yep, it says, all right, I jumped down. Where's that at? My nest upon high.
I'll get it.
I'll find it. I'm in here. Yes, yes.
Or something along those lines. Hold on.
Yeah.
Isaiah the 14th chapter.
Yeah. So much good stuff in here.
Okay, 13. No, I actually started 12.
All right. This is Isaiah 14 and 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning star? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
See, so here it is again, a motherfucker that done went around and weakened all the other fucking nations where he's the shit, okay? And this is Isaiah, so, you know, this is back in Isaiah time, so now who is the motherfucker that's in charge right now? Go ahead, keep reading.
Yeah, it says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I'll exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
There it goes. So even though Russia started the space race with Sputnik, the first satellite that went into orbit, even though Sputnik was the first one, the motherfucker that stepped up and said, I'm the motherfucking, I'm the man, and I'm this and I'm that, was a motherfucker that lied and said he hit the moon. Who was that? What nation was that? That was America. Go ahead.
You're right. He says, I will sit up also upon the mount of the congregations of the sides of the north. He said, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So
here's a man that wants to be like God, and that's why you got to get, and that's why we got to talk about the MOTB when we doing all this whole stuff. Because guess what? This is, I don't care what side of the playground you think you on. Everything, all roads lead to Revelation 13:16.
Facts.
Okay, all roads lead to Revelation 13 and 16. Between that and the destruction and Yahweh Shai coming back, those are two major things that we're looking for. So we're going to constantly be jumping into that mix, because you're not going to be able to say that we didn't tell you that this shit was coming down the pipe. Facts. Okay, go ahead.
It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Go ahead.
It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man?
Okay, so we started off with Lucifer, which is the devil, which is a demon.
Yeah.
And now Lucifer has slid into being a man. Okay, but the man was the one that tried to put his nest among the stars and lied and said that he went to the moon. So now what Edomite group of people did that shit? Okay, see what I'm saying? So y'all want to say who's the devil? He's an Edomite, but now America is just the landmass of it. The motherfucker that was actually calling the shots was the motherfucker that was over in Great Britain that been funding wars going so far back that, like I said, they funded both sides of the Napoleonic War. Okay, they both sides, you know, and they showed you that even in the first Iron Man. And peep this. So Tony Stark finds out that his weapons are being sold to fucking terrorist groups and this, that, and other over in the Middle East. And guess who sold him the shit? What was his name? Obadiah Stane. Obadiah, damn. The book of Obadiah talks about how the Edomite got to get smoked. So it was absolute perfect. And they tell on themselves when they put shit in the movies.
And they right in the movies, in defense.
Go ahead.
It said, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms?
Right.
That made the world as a wilderness, destroyed the cities thereof, that opened out the house of the princes?
So he locks us up. You got motherfuckers locked up for drug charges, but now they for weed charges, but now weed is legal.
Yep, and they still locked up.
They still locked up.
3 strikes you out. Niggas getting locked up for a bag of chips, and they doing a 30-year bid.
So you got locked up. You maybe you had an armed robbery. Maybe you had this, and you got popped for a fucking bag of weed. Now they made weed legal, but your ass still locked up because you still under the 3-strike rule.
Yep. Yeah. So,
they need that free labor. They don't let them out the prison houses. Go ahead.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And so because of all this stuff, you're gonna suffer a great and terrible penalty.
Yeah, that's the second part of it. So
yeah.
so I got a scripture for you.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 51, and I'm going to start at about 7. I'm starting at 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's revenge. He will render unto her a recompense. Okay, but now we in Jeremiah, but it's talking about Babylon. How long was it between the Babylon captivity and where Jeremiah is talking about? So this is a future prophecy because Babylon is Iraq now, and Iraq ain't in no fucking position to be having this kind of control and power.
Exactly.
Okay, Babylon and Iraq was never a golden cup in the Lord's hand where the whole world wanted to be like Babylon. Nope, everybody didn't want to be like Iraq.
Right.
When Iraq was at the height of its power. Okay, Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. So they took her to bullshit. Yeah. Like I said, I put men on the moon. I did this. I did that. After World War II, the American dream, 2.5 kids, a house, a picket fence, and the husband can go to work and be able to raise his whole family. All that shit. All of that was this. Okay, therefore the nations are, okay, the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Now, why? Because guess what? All this shit wore off. Yep. They out of it. The American dream is a fucking nightmare now. Okay, motherfuckers are mad. I came all the way over here. Motherfuckers actually came over here trying to say, "What? Hey, look, I don't even want to say. Just show me where the rolls of gold is at. I'm gonna pull some of that shit up, and I'm out of here." Yeah. Okay, they thought it was paid with gold. No, that gold road is going to be in Jerusalem. Okay, yeah. Babylon is okay. Verse 8: Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she be made healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So, because what is the balm? Money. But since money ain't bagged by nothing, it's got no legs, as they say, to stand on. So now you're just printing paper. Okay, you print. Hey, it ain't even good for ass wipe because that blue ink will get you. That you wipe your ass with them blue faces. If you got a hemorrhoid, you done infected a fucking hemorrhoid. So now you can't sit down. You need one of them donuts to sit down. So it ain't going to be good for that. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone to his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky, to the skies. Yahweh have brought forth our righteous. Okay, now, so I'm stopping 9. So that's what it is. It would have been healed, but it isn't because this is the motherfucking Babylon. This is the miry clay. This is all that other shit that in Daniel was talking about. This is the last kingdom. This is the feet, the toes of miry clay, and iron and miry clay. It's got a strong ass war machine. but the motherfucking economy ain't worth shit. So this is a third world country financially that's got a motherfucking nuclear superpower.
Facts.
Go ahead, man.
Yep.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. We're gonna grab that Revelations, you know what I mean? Because it talks about it, you know what I mean? So it ain't like you getting away from it. This
Right.
Revelation 17, it tells you who this is a place called Mystery Babylon.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's Revelation 17 and 5. So like Zaquan was going into, there's a future prophecy that's unfolding. And we need to know who this future prophecy is. And this is Revelation. We started, it was 5.
Yeah, you can.
Where you gonna start at
Hold on.
17?
Hold on. You Revelation. You said 17. Yeah, 17.
Where you want me to start at?
Okay, let me go there. Let me pull it up and see. Yeah, go ahead. Start at 5.
To get to the point.
Yeah.
Revelation 17 and 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the great mother of harlots, the abomination of the earth.
So Babylon. So when did Babylon become the great abomination of the earth? I ain't know Iraq had that kind of fucking influence and power.
I don't see nobody rushing Iraq.
That's right. Yeah, but everybody was breaking their neck to get over here.
Everybody breaking their neck to get to America.
Okay,
everybody
right.
rushing over there.
Right. Okay, go ahead. Read verse 6.
It says, and I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints, with the blood of the martyrs of Hamashi, of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Go ahead.
And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which have the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Okay, so now the 7 heads and 10 horns. So now what we looking at? These 10 horns now have branched out into the fucking BRICS and EU and all this other kind of shit, but they get ready to turn on this bitch all at the same time. Go ahead. Right, it says, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottom of the pit and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. Okay, so you got Rome back then, and now you got Rome 2.0. That's right. Okay, so this is the wounded beast that has been re-healed, and you had the Flaves and the Pavics or whatever the fuck they were called back, patricians back then, and you've got the Democrats and the Republicans now. Yep. Okay, with Caesar Nero being fucking DJ Trump now. Exactly. So round 2, motherfucker, go ahead. Right. It says, and here it's like, and here is the mind which have wisdom, the 7 heads and 10 mountains on which the woman sitteth. Go ahead. And then it says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and one fallen, and one is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. Go ahead. So, and it's talking about the transition from power. Right. You know what I mean? From one ruler to the other ruler. You know, okay. It's just been broken down. Here we do. Let me see. Okay. Jump down to 16. I'm going to jump down to 16. And it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So these are all her motherfuckers. These are how. This is Obadiah. The men that were at ease with thee, yep, in the Confederacy, have got they pissed off and mad because now you ain't dealing. You set all this shit up, and now you say make America great. Then you motherfuckers, I was sending aid to and doing this and doing that to help prop your shit up. Trump said, I ain't doing that shit no more. Fuck y'all. Y'all gotta pay a good portion of y'all defense that I was providing. Right. And they like, man, fuck that shit. If that's gonna be the case and whatnot, we're joining forces with motherfuckers that's over here closer to us now. Yeah. Okay, so Turkey and them are saying, fuck you, man. Yeah, the EU and NATO nations are against America and Israel now. And that's what these 10 horns represent. You know, these are the ones who was once a part of their program. Now they hate the whore because they've been lied to. Yep. So it's just a wrap. You know what I mean? It says, for the Most High put in their hearts to fulfill His will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So these fools partnered up with this wicked devil for a short time, but now the Lord has turned all that against them, like Zaquan just said. All their allies are confederate against them now. So they have no more hope, and this place is going to be destroyed because these words are being fulfilled by the prophets on the highways and byways.
Con, I'm gonna read 18, but I'm gonna jump straight to the point. This is 18 and 16, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company of ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood forth and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. That's the same hour that Yahweh Shai is going to come back and he says, I'm going to flip everything upside down in 1 motherfucking hour.
Right.
Okay, that's the same fucking hour. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. So, as they say, when the saints come marching in, that's what that's going to be, because it's going to be this motherfucker being taken down. Okay? So, that's what I'm gonna read out of 18. I got one more thing I'm gonna go to, because while this motherfucker thinking that he's gotten away with all this shit, he don't understand that there was a price to pay for all this fucking destruction that he was allowed to do. But when he gets ready to sit down and the standard gets ready to get raised up because he think he done got away with it, the Lord is going to say, nope, not quite yet. And he's going to say, Job 20 and 23, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So when this man think that he has finally got it made is when the Lord is going to show up, kick him in the guts, kick him in the nuts, and tell him you can get the fuck up off the table and get your ass in the motherfucking field.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the gist of it. So everybody who's ruled over us, particularly, you know what I mean, these Babylonians, they're slated for destruction, and that was the ancient world. How much more now these current wicked devils, Babylon, aka America?
Well, this is the last go around. The Lord said it ain't gonna be no more talked about the leading of his people out of Egypt. It's gonna be talking about the people being led out of the North Country, and this is the North Country because this is gonna be a desert when he get through with it.
That's right.
Okay, so hey, we hope that's edifying for y'all to understand that this situation is coming to a head, and all these things that you see coming and all this shit and Trump doing this and the nation is turning and getting more and more pissed off and aligning themselves more and more to be able to destroy this bitch is a good thing for the elect.
That's right.
It's a good thing for the elect. It's a beautiful thing. So don't be talking about you want to stay here 1,000 years like Elizé and all these other dumb motherfuckers. Ain't got no time for that. 1,000 motherfucking years? Hell. I did like I just told my boy, I didn't want to pay a whole year of fucking, I didn't want to pay for a whole year of motherfucking liability insurance for some shit. So I definitely ain't trying to be here no 1,000 motherfucking years.
Right, you still subject to payments.
And all this other shit.
Ran over by all types of wickedness. You still deal with the 2/3 niggas. Like these niggas, you think y'all shit so cool.
Well, no, Alizé think it is because he's Hebrew with a Hellcat now.
But the scripture says you'll store your treasure in heaven, where the moth does not run and the thief don't come to steal. So he think he's doing well now till somebody else say, well, let me come and get what you got.
Right, it is, and that's what it's gonna be.
Right.
So, hey, we hope that this was edifying. We want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kodash, to the apostles and elders again, and elder bishops out of Connecticut, of GMS. We send double honors, and for the hopeful elect, we hope this is edifying, and for the rest of the world, a Barber Ball.
Barber Ball.